a lot to grapple with, and it all runs around the FX markets. It's interwoven. Everything is associated with it. My colleague, Effiong Ekop, is already in the house and he's nodding. Immediately, I started talking Forex because he knows that the guy is coming with the big box to the market, needs to repatriate their funds out of this country. And how would they do that if there is no FX? Effiong, take us through market activities all through the week.
Well, Tolu, I think that this week when we received a delegation of American investors, I was so happy. It's good. It could be our starting point, at least to reverse the trend.
That's true. That's because that shows confidence.
Yes, very well, there's confidence. And talking about confidence, it is still there. The quoted companies, they are up to the task. It is the larger economy that we've been talking about because policies need to be harnessed so that we see when there is stability and the policies, they are predictable, everything will open up and then it will flow. The issue of inflation is very, very key to investment.
We expect the figures on Monday.
Because when inflation is very high, running inflation, it eats straight into your investable funds. Yeah. Even when you get the revenue now, inflation will even make you not to buy substantial items in your basket. So you now ask your question, am I to invest or not? By the time the profits or revenue comes, what will I use it for? So that's key. Then this FX thing that you are talking, you see, it seems to be the most dynamic issue very well. Look at every sector that it affects. Talk about the airlines operators. You know what aviation people are talking and what they are going through. Maritime, then those in manufacturing. Is it the banks? Everywhere, you understand. But Tolu, my problem is that we seem to be putting our eyes too much on the foreign currency. Are we going to dollarize, our own economy?
Because we do a lot of imports. I get your point. I get worried about that too. We don't spend dollars here.
So, indeed, it is a problem. So those two issues are the major ones that are. Then other things revolved around them. So if you talk about investments, I see that in recent weeks, fund managers have been holding back their funds. Those who had invested heavily try to see a way to take some monies out of the market. That's why we've been having shrinking volumes that we trade every day. But I'm also happy, just from last weekend now, we've listed about 3 securities in the market, something that we've been expecting for a very long time. And so that may as well point to, greener pastures that we are looking forward to. There are so many Nigerian companies that qualify to be listed at the exchange so that the investing public will take advantage of their operations, but the promoters seem to be afraid of some of the things. And, if you don't have the courage, you can't approach the markets.
Yeah, of course. I see Dark Communication, FTN, Cocoa, Caverton, Aviation, Cotvar, Transcorp, and the losers list for today. UPL, LLX, GPLC, John Holt, Tom's Way on the gainers chart. Any of this company, which would you like to touch on? I'm looking at FTN, Cocoa, and Caverton Aviation. And there
was a time FTN Cocoa was, coming up. I'm certainly worried about it.
I am too.
I'm worried about its fortune because it's supposed to be able to. It's a company that what it produces, the young ones, will be able to run after it. Think of the chocolates.
Yes. Yes.
So I don't know why it has been lying. Then you talk about. Which one? The Access Corporation.
Yeah.
Well, Access has been up and down, exactly what has been affecting other banks, because in the last week we found out that majority of them have been able to give dividend of half year to their investors. And so not much information is coming out of their operations. We now wait to see what will happen, for the closing year. That's the last quarter that we're about to, step into. Otherwise, I see that the banking securities, they are now taking the backseat because investors are really taking their activities and marrying with the FX. You know, FX has very great role to play with banking activity. You can't, separate them.
Yes, of course.
So once that has been sorted out, I think we will see the growth everywhere. After all, the banks, they are supposed to fund almost all the sectors of the economy, minus the foreign exchange that we expect from foreign investors.
My colleague there, let's have a handshake. It's a weekend. Enjoy your weekend.
Thank you.
All right, then.